So the Hurricane is the absolute easiest tiki cocktail that you can all learn how to make. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how to make that. My name is Ron Verpen. I'm a full-time medical doctor and I've been a home bartender for over 6 years now. During that time, I've learned how to make over 150 different cocktails and I've thrown over 60 cocktail parties. And I teach other busy professionals how to make cocktails at home. And if you're interested in getting into tiki, it's actually a pretty broad and even somewhat overwhelming category. And I really don't recommend people getting into tiki until they're at least 1 full year into their home bartending journey. That's exactly how I was when I started home bartending. I made my very first cocktail in June 2020, and then I didn't really start exploring tiki until either like June or July of 2021. And in this video, I'm gonna be showing you how to make the Hurricane, which is really the only exception to that rule. I think the Hurricane is the absolute easiest tiki cocktail that you can learn how to make. Tiki is often associated with tons and tons of different ingredients. Oftentimes the recipes calls for somewhere between 5 and even sometimes up to like 10 different ingredients in a lot of their cocktails. This cocktail, the Hurricane itself, as you can see just by the ingredients I have in front of me here, is going to call for just 3 ingredients. And for that reason, I think this is really the gateway cocktail to tiki. I made a recent video talking about the Mai Tai. I think in a lot of ways the Mai Tai is a foundational element of tiki, but the Mai Tai is oftentimes a lot more complicated. And also there's a lot of variations in the Mai Tai recipe. The Hurricane itself, I don't really think there's too many variations in the Hurricane recipe. I've seen similar recipes from multiple different sources. The exact version that I'm going to be making is specifically from Smuggler's Cove. And if you're really interested in getting into tiki, I think Smuggler's Cove along with Minimalist Tiki are the 2 essential books on tiki. Tons of tiki books out there, but I think these are really going to be the most foundational. And Smuggler's Cove comes up with this simple recipe. Again, it's pretty similar to all the other classic recipes. And really another reason I think the Hurricane is a great cocktail to learn in your first year or probably even sooner, like first 6 months of home bartending, not just because it's simple, because it only contains 3 ingredients. It's also because it's a pretty versatile cocktail. I'm filming this right now in the middle of summer. It's super hot. And this tiki cocktail, along with all the other tiki cocktails as well, is really associated with this time of year. It's going to be cooling, it's going to be refreshing, it's going to be tropical, it's going to be really something that you really want at this time of year. But also, the Hurricane itself was created in New Orleans. And if you are throwing a Mardi Gras party, Mardi Gras happens in February, which is in the middle of winter, then this is also a great cocktail to serve at those parties. So whether you're serving the cocktail for a Mardi Gras party in winter, or whether you're serving it at a pool party or some type of 4th of July or some other type of tropical or summer themed party, then this is going to be a great cocktail for those times of year as well. And also another thing with tiki, people often have cravings for that, especially in the middle of winter when it's super cold. You want something tropical, something that will get your mind off the cold, something that will make you, you wish you were in Hawaii or somewhere, tropical like the Caribbean, for example. So great cocktail that you can honestly serve year round, and let's get right into making it. It calls for just the 3 ingredients that I have here. Those ingredients are going to be rum, lemon juice, and passion fruit syrup. Now for the rum specifically, the way Smuggler's Cove does it, they categorize rum into a bunch of different categories. There's really 8 main categories on there. This category is called black blended rum. And Gosling's is a great example. I think Gosling's is one of the best rums in that category, but I've also made this cocktail with a number of other rums in that category. I think a few other great options are going to be Karuba, Hamilton 86, and Lemon Heart 80. So those are some of the more commonly available, at least from what I've seen with liquor stores as well. So I've made these with, I definitely made it with the Hamilton and the Karuba as well. And I also really like to make it with the Goslings that I have here. So these are all great rum options. You can honestly use any type of rum or even a mix of 2 different rums, but I really like to use a black blended rum as Smuggler's Cove recommends. So those are going to be Goslings, Karuba, and Hamilton 86. Those are my 3 main ones, but also Lemon Heart 80 is another great option as well. For the lemon juice, I'm going with Santa Cruz organic lemon juice. This is the lemon juice that I pretty much use exclusively now. And then finally, for the passion fruit syrup, if you're familiar with my channel, you know that for syrups, I really love 2 companies, Liber & Co. and Liquid Alchemist. You can't really go wrong with any syrup from either of those 2 companies. So I would really prefer it if you guys, well, at least that's what I recommend. I really recommend syrups from either of those companies. So I'm going with Liber & Co. today for the passion fruit syrup. This drink is going to call for these 3 ingredients in the following ratio, following measurements: 4 ounces of rum, 2 ounces of lemon juice, and then 2 ounces of passion fruit syrup. 4-2-2, really simple recipe to memorize. You can also make a half version with 2 ounces of rum, 1 ounce lemon juice, 1 ounce passion fruit syrup. But the traditional tiki way to make it, always going to be high volume. So even though it's a low ingredient, still a high volume cocktail, as most tiki cocktails are. So I have my fancy hurricane glass here. But if you don't have a hurricane glass, use a solo cup or any other type of high volume glass, because this is going to call for a lot of ice and a lot of measurements, a lot of liquid as well with the ingredients here. So let's start with the passion fruit syrup. 2 ounces of passion fruit syrup. This is going to be a shaking cocktail because it does contain a syrup and a citrus juice. So there we have the 2 ounces of passion fruit syrup. Then we're going to need 2 ounces of lemon juice. The 2 ounces of lemon juice perfectly balances out the passion fruit syrup and the sweetness from that. And then finally we have our 4 ounces of rum. So there's the first 2 ounces. And then the second 2 ounces. And then we're going to add our ice. Normally for a shaking cocktail, I like to do about 3 ice cubes, but because this is such a high volume cocktail, I'm going to be going with 5 ice cubes. And you can also alternatively, instead of ice cubes like this, you can also use pebbled ice or some crushed ice, some form of smaller ice as well. So there's the 5 ice cubes. We have all of our liquid contents in the other side. Go ahead and combine everything. Give it a good seal and then shake. Normally I shake for about 10 to 15 seconds, but I'm going to be going a little bit longer just because we have more ice and more volume as well. Okay, so that's more like probably about 20 to 25 seconds or so. Go ahead and unlock the tin like I just did. And then pour all the ingredients, including the ice, directly into your hurricane glass or whatever your high volume glass is going to be, or high volume cup. And again, this is why you need high volume, because even with the hurricane glass, it comes up pretty much all the way to the top. And there you have it, the hurricane. Cheers. So nice, tropical, fruity, refreshing. Great for this time of year, currently summer right now. But honestly, if you want to serve it in the winter when you're really craving the summer and you want to be somewhere tropical, or you're throwing a Mardi Gras party in February, great for any of those options as well. Great cocktail that can really be enjoyed year-round. The absolute simplest tiki cocktail that you can learn how to make is going to be the Hurricane. So please go ahead and make that whenever you're getting those cravings, whenever you're hosting a Mardi Gras party or a summer pool party, anything like that. It's going to really fit your needs. Anyways, that's all the advice and everything I have for this video. If you found the advice in this video helpful, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I actually do 2 styles of videos on this channel. The first one will be like this one, where it's a tutorial showing you guys how to make a specific cocktail. And then the second style of video will be more talking head style. I go over tips and tricks, answer questions about home bartending, share stories from my own bartending journey, things like that, that I hope will help you guys become better home bartenders. And if you want to take home bartending even more seriously, I actually have a paid community on school.com. That'll be the first link in the description below. Thank you. Cheers.